A Dad's Journey Home Through Space, To Hell and Back, by Felix Tate II. Chapter 1, A New Friend, Planning the Escape. It was just another day, me taking my kids to school, then coming home to get ready to work. I work in IT and have gotten the chance to work from home, but on this day things would go horribly wrong. My name is Felix, and this is my story about how I got the chance to travel in space, against my will. After taking my kids to school, I pulled into the driveway of my home, getting ready to head to my office and begin my workday. One of the reasons I love working from home, I get to spend more time with my family. Unfortunately, on this day, that all came to an end. I stepped inside my home, the keys fell from my hands, and I woke up in a strange environment, surrounded by sounds and smells I've never experienced in my life. I had no clue what was going on. As I began to regain my composure, I began to realize I was surrounded by aliens. I began to think I had a massive stroke and was hallucinating. I found out quickly this was not an hallucination. They were poking me with needles, and when they were done, I realized I could understand the aliens. The injection allowed me to understand them, but it also improved my physical form. I went from weighing 380 pounds of fat to 380 pounds of muscle. It was at this point I wished I didn't have the ability to understand them. I could hear them negotiating prices and pointing to me when they were doing it. It was at this point I realized I had been sold into slavery. A black man from America being sold into slavery. I could not believe what was going on, but before I could fully grasp the situation, I blacked out again. When I came to, they picked me up and threw me into a mine. I took a quick look around and saw other aliens and humans digging away in the mine. They told me to start digging, handed me a strange tool and did not tell me how to use it. When I tried to ask how to use it, they began whipping me. A black man from America sold into slavery being whipped. This must be some kind of nightmare. This cannot be real. The first thing I noticed as the alien was whipping me is that it didn't hurt that much. I thought for sure being hit with a whip would hurt a lot more. I thought it would break the skin, but it didn't. I am not even bruised. They shoved me next to another human and said, "Start digging or you will get some more." The human showed me how to use the tool and told me just to keep my head down and don't talk. The next few days was just me watching and learning to see how things worked around here. At first glance the enslavers looked to have a human-like form. But now that I got a closer look at them, the truth is they're gelatinous, liquid fluid life form. That's the best way I can think to describe them. They wear what looks to be a high-tech suit of armor. I believe the suits they wear keep them in a human-like form. One of the other things I noticed was this alien technology didn't work as well as I thought it would. The interface terminals were not working correctly. They all had flashing red lights on them and full of static. What sounded like a bell started ringing. The alien slaves went to one side and gathered. All the humans went to the other side. They took us into a separate room that looks like a mess hall with tables and terminals everywhere.